Hello, Crochet Crew. Welcome to my channel. My name is Michelle and I'm the creator of Bobble Stitch Queen. Welcome or welcome back. I'm so glad you're here. So in today's videos, it's not a Monday's Makes. It is a market video. How I did on my most recent market this past Saturday. So you're going to see a clip of the beginning of or actually not the beginning of the day, because this was a market that was in the evening because it was at the Franklin Simpson State Band Competition. And I did this market last year and I absolutely love it. It's one of my favorite markets because I do really well at it and I love interacting with the kids and stuff. And in fact, it's about a 25-minute drive for me to get here. And when I pulled up to the school, I saw a group of high schoolers, 4 or 5 of them, and they were kind of at the end of the road chatting. And I pulled up and I was like, hey, I'm here, for the market. And as I was rolling my window down, 2 of them instantly recognized me. And she was like, the crochet lady, because they call me the crochet lady. And one of the students, she's a senior, and I'm going to really miss seeing her. Her name's Allie. So Allie, if you happen to be watching, good luck with everything in your life and stuff. In fact, she even came and talked to me 2 or 3 times, and she was like, most of my stuffed animals are your plushies, except for the last market she bought a couple things for my friends. So that was the first market that she did not buy for me, but that's okay. She bought plenty from me this past market. So I'm gonna miss seeing her at these sales and stuff because she's one of those kids that's just a brightness, in your life and stuff like that. So let's get started on this video. Here is a clip of different things throughout the market. I will say I was starting to get busy as I was setting up. It was crazy how busy I was. So it's not planned the way I wanted to video it because, for one, I didn't want to get kids in my videos. So I would have to stop or wait for people to leave. There was this one kid that his parents were set up next to me and he was like jabbering away and talking to me, which was totally fine, but I couldn't video the way I wanted to. So I kind of had to work around him. And then because I don't like videoing in front of people out in public because I don't want to be seen as one of those people of seeing life through my phone. So it's hard for me to hold the phone up, talk, and say, hey, it's blah, blah, blah time. This is what we've done, because I don't want people to constantly see me through me videoing through a phone. So I've got to figure out how to a way to do that. So I kind of videoed here and there. And then because I was so busy and so tired, I forgot to do one final video of what everything looked like at the end because I sold a lot. But there is a clip where I've shown the stuff on the table, and then we'll go over some things. I'm not going to go over everything that I sold because it's a lot. I'll go over my best sellers and stuff like that. So let's get to it. It's market day! Hello, Crochet Crew. This is Michelle, and I'm the creator of Bobble Stitch Queen. Welcome or welcome back. We are packed and loaded to the brim and ready to go to this market. I have done this market last year. It's not really considered a market, but there's a few other vendors there. It is the state band competition that's located in Franklin, Kentucky. I had an absolute blast last year at it and was invited to come back. And a lot of these kids call me the crochet lady. So I'm excited to come back to this event. So we are headed out. The lady told me to get there about 2 o'clock. It's about 25-30 minute drive, give or take. And I think she said that the bands start getting there at 3:15 or so, and the last band will play around 8 o'clock. So it's going to be a fun event. It has gotten a lot cooler. Thank goodness I got me a long sleeve t-shirt, got my logo, Bobble Stitch Queen, because right now it's 66 degrees, which is comfortable. but it's cloudy. We had rain. The rain moved out, thank God. But yeah, I will try to film as I'm setting up, or get my daughter to hold the camera to film me as I'm setting up, and let this event begin. All right, so we're here. I got everything unloaded. I had to park my car. I'm so glad I brought my wagon because I was able to bring stuff in through the wagon. So this next clip is the clip that I'm showing you after everything has been set up. And as I was setting up, like I said, I was busy. I had already sold like 4 to 5 items before I could do this clip. I sold my Scrappy Bear that I had done, which I've shown in a video, and I sold my 2-headed bunny that people thought was, you know, not people at the market, but you know, people that I showed that what I had done thought it was kind of odd. I mean, I even kind of thought it was odd, like, is this thing gonna sell? And it sold like just like that as I was putting stuff out. And in fact, the lady wants me to do another one because she's going to be at the Franklin Simpson car show on the square in a couple weeks. So I got to do another one. I'm actually going to try to get 2 done. That way, you know, they seem to be pretty popular. But while I was trying to show this video of everything that was, you know, my setup and everything, you'll hear the kid in the background, chicken jockey. And he was the kid that kept coming over and talking to me and stuff. So if you hear that, that's what that is. And then you hear the cheering going on, and it's where they are recognizing the seniors at the band competition. So that's what this clip is about.
Chicken jockey.
It's for real, chicken jockey. So it is 6:21 and we're starting to look a little slim. Quick, my daughter crocheted this. This is her pattern that she created herself, chicken jockey. She did the doll and those.
And football and basketball is mixed.
And these are her other creations. This is what I have left. I forgot to take the video of the actual stands and everything out on display, but here is what we have left. 3 keychains, 3 nuggets, And then that's what's left of the no fuss. So there we go. That is what my market looked like. The last video where I said, you know, this is everything I had left. I didn't sell any of my bags. So my body bags and stuff, none of those sold. So that part of the rack that you saw, I did have all of those items and none of the hats sold. For some reason, purses, body bags, hats, coffee cozies, pumpkins, any type of themed items for Halloween or Christmas, none of that stuff sells for me. So once I sell these bags and stuff and the last 3 hats that I have, I'm not going to make any more of that stuff. So let's go over a few things of the main items that I sold and what are good sellers for me. So my emotional support chicken nuggets, I had 9 of those and I sold 6. So I've got 3 left and I sell those for $11. So I got to make sure that I restock on those. My dumpster fires, I had 6 of those and I sold 5 of them and I sell those for $13. And then I had some Triceratops, and it's the pattern that's by Crafts Go Bloom. And I'd been hanging on to those for a while. For some reason, I don't know if it was the color choices or what, but I had 4 of those, and I finally sold all 4 of them at this show. That is one thing about me. Like, you know, I've watched so many videos of people saying, hey, don't sell a variety of stuff because adults, especially kids, have trouble making decisions, and then they'll end up just walking out and not buying anything at all. But I cannot sell like just a few things and batch make those few things, because I would get bored and I think I would eventually not love what I do. So I I crochet a variety of things and have a variety of things offered. That's why I don't want to go over every single thing that I sold, because I am a lot of times a one and done, like the 2-headed bunny, certain turtles, the Scrappy Bear, stuff like that. So those dinos, they finally sold. Past few markets, they just didn't do well, so I just didn't make any more of them. But with this market, they sold. My little mini axolotls, I have 8 of those. I honestly can't remember how many I took to this market, as well as my small turtles that I sell those for $8 as well. I completely sold out of them. If I had to guess, I had 6 to 8 of each, because I did not take all of my inventory to this show, because I know this show does well, and there were certain things that I didn't want to sell at this show, because I've got a fall festival on a Friday, and then the very next day on the Saturday, I've got the Franklin Simpson car show on the square. So I had to make sure to save enough inventory for that. So I did not take like $1,500 worth of my inventory. So I divided my mini axolotls and my mini turtles up, and took half of them to this show and half of them to the others, or saving them for the other shows. But I sold out of my mini axolotls and my turtles both at this show. And if I had to guess, between the 2 of them, I probably had a total of maybe 16, maybe 20. I honestly can't remember. My small loaf cats and my large loaf cats that I had, I think I had 3 small loaf cats and 2 large loaf cats. I know for sure. Sold them all. Loaf cats were a huge hit. Dogs, on the other hand, were not a huge hit. Apparently, Franklin are not dog people, because I had 3 loaf dogs, and then I had 2 or 3 other dogs. I did have a sitting dog, and the sitting dog sold, but the loaf dogs, and I had a little pug dog, and the other little dogs, those did not sell. The only thing that sold was the one little sitting dog that was by Going Crochet. And but all my cats sold. My love cats sold. So I will definitely have to replenish those, because I did keep back 2 loaf cats that I didn't take to this market. Some of you may be thinking, well, if you would have took those, you would have sold them. Yes, I probably could have, but like I said, I needed to save inventory for my future markets. Mystery bags, I had 9 or 10 of those, sold them all. Mystery bags were a hit this time. My platypus, I had six of those, and I sold 5 of them. One thing I did different is I glued a little hat on half of them, and they sold. They were a big hit. They loved them. So I think from what I'll do from now on is glue that brown hat on that platypus, because people loved them. Keychains were a big hit. I had 21 keychains and I sold 18 of them. So I've definitely got to replenish my keychains. Possums were a big hit at this market. My last market, I don't think I sold a single possum, but I think I had 6 or 7 possums, sold them all. No more possums. So I've definitely got to replenish those. My no fuss little setup that I do, as you can see, I changed it. It was in one of those 3-tier rolling carts is how I've had it before, and I changed it to that wooden little stand, and I like that so much better. I think it looks more appealing, and I sold 4 no fuss friends. I'm sad because I offer for my no fuss friends a plastic bowl option and a glass bowl option, and get them at the Dollar Tree. They still have the glass bowl options, but the plastic bowl options they no longer carry. So I do not know what I'm going to do when I sell out, because I only have 1 left. So I'm definitely going to sell out of it. And I've got plenty of glass bowl left. And I'm glad that I stocked up on those at $1.25 before they're going up, because now they're $1.75 at my Dollar Tree. So I may need to look on Amazon for another option to see if something's cheaper, because I want to keep my price point at $12 the way I've got it and not have to go up on it because, Amazon or Dollar Tree's gone up on it. So we'll have to see. So that's the bulk of the main stuff I sold. Kids love going through a basket and picking out stuff. So as you saw in my video, I showed you saw what this basket looked like, and it was pretty full, and then you saw what was left of it. So what I did to get ready for this next market, it's the Friday and Saturday second weekend of September. It's like the 18th, 19th, 17th, 18th, whatever that Friday and Saturday is. I don't know what it is for sure because I can't look at it right now. But you saw what is left or was left of this basket. So if you've not done a basket like this, and what I do is I have a tag and I sell this stuff for $6 each. Kids love looking through it, picking things out, have it sitting on the table at kid level so that they can pick through it and look at it. So what I did to kind of help replenish my keychains is I took some things out of here, like a couple of gummy bears, because gummy bears, I think I only sold like 1 gummy bear. Gummy bears don't sell for me, so I'm going to try to put them on a keychain. I kept a few in this basket, but I made a couple of them as a keychain, and I sell my keychains for $6. Yes, I should probably sell these a little more because it's a keychain option, but I don't want to. Maybe I could go $5 for this basket and keep these at $6, or put these at $7, but when I had my keychains at $8, they didn't sell. And then I think I tried at $7. They still didn't sell. So I was like, I'm just going to keep them the same price as these baskets. So I took some of my stuff out of here and put in here to make keychains. I also took some stuff out of my No Fuss to make some keychains because I needed some fish and some octos. And then I made some chicken nuggets as keychains. So I've got, I don't know how many in here, but we'll figure it out to get this keychain replenished, especially with me going to be doing a fall festival at an elementary school, because I think kids are going to love the keychains. So my goal is, I went at this last market with 21 keychains and sold 18 of them. I would like to have anywhere between 30 to 40 keychains ready for the Fall Festival Market. And if they don't sell, I've got that market the very next day on Saturday. So let's go over future plans. So yesterday, once I got home from church, my youngest and I, we went and watched a baseball game. And once I got home, I was like, okay, I've got to have a fresh plan of what to do and get ready for these upcoming markets. So I got all my inventory out. I wrote everything down, what I have, and then I wrote down everything that I would like to do. Am I going to get all this done in less than 2 weeks for these next 2 markets that are back to back? Probably not. I would 100% say not. If I do, I'm a machine, and that would be awesome. So I just needed a plan of what I would like to get done, kind of how much of each, and then I'm a checker offer. Like when I get something done, I like filling in that box or putting a check mark or marking through it because I like that gratification of something is done. Another thing I like to use the last of something. So if it's a tube of toothpaste, I get that satisfaction of using that last bit of toothpaste and throwing it away. So I'm a checker offer. So I wrote down like simple things. So let me flip you around. I'll show you. So I first wanted to write down like keychains. I need to replenish my keychains. So I've got these different keychains that I want to do and some new ones. Like I want to do the tumbler keychain. I need to do some more axolotl heads that I have. Mini frogs, octos, fish. I'd like to do some more bee keychains. I've got, a big shark like this, but that's going to be too big for a keychain. So I want to do a smaller shark keychain. In fact, I for sure have to have a shark keychain for that car show festival because a student came up and she loves sharks and she bought a shark from my last show and she wants a shark keychain. And then I have a turtle pattern that I've been working on. So I want to do keychains with my turtle pattern, and then some mini mushy boys and some little chickens. And then I need to replenish my no fuss friends. So again, my turtle pattern, my octo pattern. I'd like to do a crab, some little frogs, fish, shark, whale, stingray. I need to crochet some ocean bottoms and some plants. And then I would like to do some axolotls and some ducks for my no fuss friends. And then the next thing is I need to replenish that $6 basket. So of course, mushy boys, shark, stingray, maybe some bees, whale, octo, chicken, and snakes, because I only have like 2 snakes left. And I wrote down what I have left, so definitely need to do that. Something I want to try is theme turtles. I've done a succulent turtle, and that one sold at this last market, and I've done a hamburger turtle, and that one sold at a market. So I want to do some more theme turtles. The hamburger turtle by Tessa the turtle. Can't remember who it's by, but I want to do her hamburger turtle, scarecrow turtle, which is not necessary. I can't remember. I think that's the Happy Turtle Crochet. I'm not for sure. So scarecrow turtle, there's a Christmas flower turtle, cinnamon roll turtle, avocado, ice cream, and pumpkin pie. So one of each of those is what I'd like to do. And then I have Tofu the turtle, and I want to do some modifications of their shells of these. The UFO, the pizza, the ice cream, the Pokeball, the blueberry, the cheeseburger, and the strawberry. So that's what that is. Where I said I was a checker offer, that's what this next page is. Look at all those boxes that I could check off. So another thing, because I get bored, so I may one day want to do some platypus, and I'll get 3 of them done. That way I can check it off. And if I get bored, I can go to the Bee by Oak and Marlowe and check those off. So this is my list and how many of each that I want to do and work on. So yes, it is a lot. Scout the turtle, it's a smaller turtle. It's one of my favorite patterns. I hate it because you can't get that pattern anymore, but it's such an awesome pattern. So I need to replenish those and do 6. One thing somebody said at the show, because their Franklin's Simpson High School, their theme is the Wildcats, and they were like, you need to do a Wildcat. So I'm going to try to find a Wildcat pattern and have for that car show. Definitely need to replenish some squids. I need to do some small mermaids because I have a couple of big mermaids. I need some small ones. Totally out of Octo Lovies. Tacos I'm out of, so I'd like to do some of those. Pikachu, I'm completely out of. I have 1 platypus. I think I have 2 or 3 spiders left. I have 3 emotional support nuggets left, 1 dumpster fire left, no baby alligators, no angry bananas. Axolotls, I probably have 6 to 8, so I need to replenish those. I don't have any more baby Yodas. I have 1 oak and marlow bee left. 2-headed bunny, I don't have any. I'd like to get 2 of those done. Capybaras, I don't have any small ones left. Of course, I'm out of small and large loaf cats that I need to do. Chicken and eggs I've not done in a while at shows, so I want to try those to have something different. April from the Cozy Buckeye, I bought her Cashew the Cow pattern, so I want to do some of her cows that I'm excited about because I've not done it yet, but her Highland cow, oh my goodness, it is so adorable, and I think it would sell so well. So I'm excited about doing those. I need to do some more small dinos. The hot dog, I have 1 of those left. My bass fish, I sold that, so I thought, well, I'm going to do 2 of those. Finn the frog, can't remember who designed that, but I have that pattern that I've not done yet. So I want to try Finn the frog, and then just a regular frog. I really like Rachel with 1 stitch in front of the other, her frog pattern, so I think I'm going to do it. And then I have 1 of each of these, but April, again from the Cozy Buckeye, I love her fox and wolf pattern, so I want to go ahead and do 2 of each of those because I think those are going to sell. I need to do a couple more jellyfish. This 30-minute mushroom that I did, it's the first time I'd done it, and I had 3 of them at this last market, and I sold them all. Out of possums, so I definitely need to replenish those. I want to do some possum swings. I've not done swings yet, but I think possum swings would be easier and quicker for me to do than those other swings. So I want to start out doing possum swings. I'm out of pickles. I was going back and forth of, do I want to do pickles? Because I had a couple and I kept them for a while. So I think what I'm going to do with those is I was on Amazon last night and I found some sleeves, and I'm going to label them as emotional support pickles, and I think they'll do better quicker. So I'm going to do some pickles. I had somebody ask about sloths. I've not had sloths in a while, so I want to do a sloth or a couple and get those done. And I figured a couple of possum lovies as well is something else that I need. So that is a lot that I've got, but I'm a list person, so I needed this list to be able to see what I need to do. I'm not going to be able to do a lot of crocheting today. I will get a lot of crocheting done during volleyball because my middle child loves to play volleyball and her games start up. And a lot of times, because she'll have 2 games in one night. So like tonight, she has a game at 6 o'clock and she has a game at 8 o'clock. We had that break in between. So I'm going to bring small stuff to work on. And I might even do a video of how much can I get done during volleyball. Because when she's out on the court, of course, I'm not crocheting. I'm focusing and watching her. But in between that gap and in between sets and in between breaks and stuff like that, I'll crochet. So I might do a video and see how much I can get done. Going forward, like, I'm getting into a busy time of season, and when I get things done, another thing I like to do is put it in my inventory, tag it, put it in my bag, and put it away so that it's out of my way. So I need to figure out how to still do videos to show you all what I've crocheted. I've thought about doing a week in my life and record as I go. That way each day, but put the video out once a week, but it's a week in my life of, what I get done crocheting. And I'll definitely have to use my camera because I'm afraid it'll start taking up space because I have an old dinosaur phone and I'm trying not to get a new phone just yet. And that way each day I can say, hey, this is what I got done today. This pattern's by whoever, and try that. That way each day as I get it done, I can put it in my inventory, tag it, and get it out of the way so that I can make room for other stuff. So that is the plan for that. So we'll see what I can get started on. I'm not for sure what I want to start on. Probably some small stuff and look at it. But I'm excited for this upcoming market season because I know it's going to be a busy season and I'm doing a couple of shows that I've not done before. And at the band competition, I missed this show last year and I'm going to miss it this year too. And I messaged her to ask her, hey, is this like a set time when this show is during the year? Because the state band competition is always the first Saturday in September. And she wanted me to come to the regional competition that's in October. And she was like, it's an all-day thing, and it's big. So it would be, she said it was bigger than the state. So with how much I sold this past weekend at state, I could not imagine how much I would sell at regionals. But I have another show that I've already paid for and I have committed to, and it's the Glendale show. It's the Glendale Market Days. I've never done the Glendale Market Days, but I got in and the booth was like 100, 125 or something like that. And I've heard it is huge. So, I want to try it out and see how much I do. So that is in October. But the week before the Glendale Days is another big craft show, and it's the Logan County Tobacco Festival. And I've heard that thousands of people come through that, and vendors lined up down the streets. And it's a huge thing. So stupid me did 2 big shows back to back each weekend. So that's another reason why, I needed to do a big list so I can stay focused on what I want to do. Replenish as I have these markets and sell stuff. So that's what I have in October. And then November, I have a big one that I've done for the past 2 years. The first year I did really well. Second year I didn't do so well. But I think I'll do good this year because I'm going to have different stuff. And I just think I'll do good. I love it. I love that one as well. I'm not signed up for anything yet in December because I usually don't know if I'm going to do December or not because that's when, Christmas and focus on family and all that good stuff. So I'm excited for this upcoming market season. I can't wait to take you all along. Hopefully I can get better at these market day videos, which I will. Just give me time to figure it out and I will get better because I think I've gotten better with recording. At least my kids have told me I do. But I do enjoy it. It's just trying to figure out things and get comfortable in front of the camera, get comfortable out in public in front of the camera. Because those of you that know me, I'm a quiet person until I get to know you. How in the world I can talk on camera like this? I don't know. It's because nobody's around and I'm talking to myself and then I just record it and edit it and put it out there for y'all. So I do enjoy what I do. I've just got to get more comfortable in front of the camera. But that is it. I am going to get off here. I've got a class that I got to get to at church at 9 o'clock right now because it is Monday, September the 8th. You all would have probably wanted to know that at the beginning of the video. But guess what? You're getting it at the end. And it's 8:24. I've got a class at 9 o'clock. And then I've got to tag some stuff for a children's consignment sale. So I got a busy day today. And this is also my week of cleaning houses because I clean houses also as a job. And I love doing that as well. So this will be my busy week because they fall in the same week. So hopefully I'll get some crocheting done. Maybe not as much as I would like, but I will definitely show you all what I do get done. If you stuck around this long and have watched the video this long, so that I know you've stuck around this long, put in the comments shark, because I looked down and I just saw on my list shark. So put shark. But anywho, I hope you all have a wonderful week. Happy Monday. And until next time,